In this video, we're going to be talking about the Recover feature that comes with Paragon Backup and Recovery. So this program does a bunch of stuff. So the free version, you could do backups, file backup, volume backups, that type of thing. We did a video on that, and then you could also do P2V or physical to virtual exports, to VMware or Hyper-V VHD files. And we did a video on that as well. So now we're going to talk about the recovery options. So on this computer here, we have one backup. That was done a full backup, volume backup. And so now we're going to make the recovery media, so that way if your computer doesn't start and you need to maybe try and repair it or get your files off of it, you could use this to do so. Okay, so to do that, we're going to click on the gear icon here and choose the Recovery Media Builder. So there's two options here, using the Windows Image ADK, not required, and then also use ADK. So if you use the ADK, if you're going to modify under the Windows PE environment. So it's up to you if you're going to do it. We're going to do it without it, just to show you because it's easier this way. Okay, so we're going to click Next. And so now we need to pick a flash drive that has enough room. And if it doesn't have enough room, it'll fail during the next process. So this one here has enough room. So click on Next. And then it's telling you it's going to be completely, the flash drive will be completely erased. Say yes. And then the option here, if you want to map network resources. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to do the simple version here. So now it's creating the recovery environment on the flash drive. So this will take quite a few minutes. So we'll pause the video and be back when that's done. Okay, so the creation of the recovery media is completed. So we'll click on Done. So now if we go look at the flash drive, now it's got a name here, Paragon Soft. And here's our bootable drive here. So now the next step is to change your boot order in your computer to boot to the flash drive, unless it's already set to do that. So that's going to be up to you to figure out how to do that. Sometimes you could press your certain key when booting up to select a different boot device, or you might have to go into your BIOS and change the boot order. So I'm going to configure that, and then we'll be right back, and we'll boot up with this flash drive. Okay, you'll see it says loading files when you boot from your flash drive. You'll see a little Windows logo. Then you'll get this menu here with initializing hardware and some other information. All right, then you'll be taken to your backups section here. And depending on the type of backups you did, you could check out some of your backup files. And you might notice that the drive letters get switched around. So now my C drive is the backup disk and the E drive is Windows. So be aware of that when you're looking at stuff. So for example, if I go to my backup drop here on the C drive, which is the E drive, technically, so I got to look for it there. And I have this downloads backup, which I ran before I rebooted here. And I go to the folder that contains the backup job. And then I could see my files and stuff here. And then I could export them, that type of thing. So that's one thing you could do in here. And same with restore volumes, that's similar. But what we're going to check out in this video, we're kind of focusing on the correct boot options. So this is an option here if you have the Pro version, so you can't use it. That's why it says Demo. So click on Correct Boot. Show you some of the things you could do. So Windows installation to correct. So you could correct the boot parameters of this Windows installation. It says Windows 10 because this was upgraded to Windows 11 from Windows 10, so that's why it's finding this. Correct the master boot record. Just make sure you pick the right disk. Correct boot parameters. Boot INI files will be automatically corrected. And correct EFI boot parameters as well. So these are a few things you could try if your computer is not started up. Plus, of course, you have the option to go into your backups and export any files that you might need to get off of it if you can't find another way to get the files. what I would normally do for something like that is take the drive out and put it in like a drive caddy and then get the files that way. It's usually easier. Or boot to a live Linux CD, and then you could actually go browse your files and copy them to a flash drive. But this is another option, but we just wanted to kind of show you the correct boot option, and so you can see how that works. And then this is a demo for copy volume, and then the properties, if you want to see the properties of a drive, that type of thing. And once you're done, you just go down here and pick your restart option. Shut down or restart, and then you'll be back in Windows if your Windows is not corrupt. Otherwise, this will just get you out of the program, and then you could take your next step. Or once you fix one of the, or choose one of the fix options, then you could restart and see if you could get back into Windows. All right, so that's how it works. So I'll put a link in the description so you could download it and check it out for yourself and see what it does for you. And just be sure to check out the backup option too, because it seems to work pretty good. All right, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.